This is football analysis, and I'm here with
Austin United. We're back again.
back again. So, how was the match?
Incredible, crazy. It's just proper football game. I enjoyed it.
Do you think you really enjoyed it? Because at the second half, it seems like those guys are beginning to annoy people. So,
Well, the thing is, I was playing a rival. And there was this record we had before today. Liverpool has not won against Manchester United in any FA Cup tie at Old Trafford for 100 years. So the record remains standing. I told them before the game, we're going to win Liverpool. I don't care what players they have. I know today that record is not going to be broken, and then we kept it. So kudos to everybody, including Ten Hag.
all right. So, what was your pattern of play today? What would you say is your pattern of play today?
Okay, today was one of the best tactical game I've seen Ten Hag played with these players. The way we curtailed Liverpool's offensive way of playing, slowed the game down, attacked them, and then scored the first goal. It was just immaculate. I was really impressed. I think today's game was more like the what would I call it? The type of game a good coach should be playing. Reason being that we didn't go into the game trying to counter Liverpool. We went into the game to play them off the park, make sure they don't come at us the way they normally do, and then score the right goal, which we did. If not for the way, what's it called, the McTominay chance, we would have led the game 2-0 before Liverpool equalized. So it was a proper tactical game from Ten Hag. To be honest, I'm happy today. Very happy.
All right. So, but you scored first, and later you led them on by allowing them score the first goal and second subsequently. So, what do you think that led to the first and second goal? What lapses do you think that led to those goals?
Well, it's where the two goals came from individual errors. The first one was from, what's it called? A deflected Kobe Mino shot, right? Was that the first one?
Yeah, McAllister.
McAllister, yes. And then the second one was from who again?
Another punch.
Yeah, Onana punch. Yeah, it was from a Bruno Fernandes error. Well, it was a foul. It was a foul. For me, that was a foul, but the referee didn't give it. I mean, that has been the entire thing this season. Poor officiating, especially in games that concern Manchester United, which is very bad. I want them to go out there, point those things out, so that those referees, when they come into our game, they know how to officiate without bias. The same thing happened with the City game. There was a foul against on Garnacho for a penalty. He didn't give it. There was a foul on what's it called, Marcus Rashford for the City equalizer. He didn't give it. And then today again, before they scored the second goal, there was a foul on Bruno Fernandes, but they didn't give it. It's becoming too much. It's becoming too much. They had me to step in and address that issue.
All right. The second half was really quite somehow, but going into the extra time, how do you see your play? How do you see your team? How did they play in the extra time concerning withstanding the substitutions and everything?
Well, if you look at the way we played the first half, you'll see that this is a team that knew what they were doing. The goals came from individual errors, okay? We can accept that. But if you look at the beginning of the second half, you could see that Manchester United were starting to play like the normal way. We were wondering about not knowing what to do, and then Liverpool were all over us. But I think immediately the equalizer came, there was a resurgence. We started to start again, understood the necessary thing to do, and then we were on top of Liverpool, even into the extra time. So I think it was a balanced game. It was a balanced game. Plus, Liverpool for me are not an incredible side. Yes, they have a system they play which is okay, but for me they are not an incredible side. It showed today the quality of Manchester United players, the tactical approach from the manager. It was just fantastic today. It showed that we are levels above Liverpool. Yes, they are in form, but we are levels above them. If you watch the Carabao Cup final they played against Chelsea, the way they played the extra time, you could see that they knew what they wanted to do. But today they were totally outclassed. We outclassed them tactically in every way. So it was just a proper showing from Manchester United. I'm impressed.
All right. So, seeing your substitutions were amazing. They come on from the bench. They came on from the bench. They know exactly what to do and how to do what they want to do. Implemented it and it's worked. So, what do you have to say about your substitutes like Mason Mount, Amad Diallo, and the rest?
Well, in fairness, I didn't really see any impact from Mason Mount. He's just coming from injury, so I don't expect much. But every single one of them, from Amad to Maguire to Anthony, wow, shout out to Anthony. He played really well today. All of them came into the game and impacted the game very well. Especially Maguire, I was really impressed with the way his offensive way of playing, the defensive way, his coordination, area dwells, the way he won them, the ground dwells, the passes, everything was just immaculate and sensational. And what was his name again? Garnacho. Garnacho was awesome. This other guy, what was his name? This guy that is substituted, Amad. Amad was classy today. He was classy. Not even the goal, the all-round game, the way he held the ball, not losing possession cheaply, and then the way Ericsson too, he came in, slotted in fine. Ericsson was just a master of his craft today. The way he handled the midfield, took Liverpool's midfield off their balance, played them out of the park, and then we shocked them.
Talking about Mason Mount, I think Mason Mount came on to be a superb substitute. Permit me if I too should say. Mason Mount came on to give balance to that midfield. That is why McTominay is operating front without looking back, and it seems that the team is now balanced because McTominay is at front. That was what was lacking when he wasn't on the pitch. So, do you see any improvement from here?
Well, you see, I agree with the balance that Mason Mount brought. I mean, it was extra time. We needed more energy. So when he came in, pound for pound, he was there. You get it. But I think in a 90-minute game where we have to start our good 11, best 11 rather, I don't think Mason Mount fit into any of those positions. He plays similarly to Bruno Fernandes, but not better. And he can play from the flank, but they're not better than Rashford, neither Garnacho. So maybe next season, not this season anymore, we'll look for a way to bring him into the system. But for this season, even to this game, I don't think there's anything worth of note that I saw him do.
All right. Overall game, who is that one player you think that performed below par today?
Always Dalot. Always and always Dalot. He easily get dribbled past. Look at the way Diaz was having a field day with him. The two, I think one of the goals came from him, not being able to mark Diaz properly. So that he's always the weak link. You saw Wan-Bissaka, he's just coming from injury today. He fantastically swept Mohamed Salah off the game. Salah was out of today's game. Kudos to Wan-Bissaka. At some point in the game, Wan-Bissaka was going from those two, he was playing the two fullbacks. He was going left back and right back. So Dalot is always that player that he's the weak link of the team. Every single day, every single minute of the game, he's the weak link. I know next season we are going to address the fullback issue because Luke Shaw is always injured, and then Dalot is just below par. He is the only player I'm going to bring out and say he didn't get to the top for me.
All right. So, who is your best player on the pitch today?
Easily Garnacho. 120 minutes of fantastic discipline, proper game, good touches. The passes were excellent. The last assist was just out of this world. If you look at it, like I said, I've said it several times on this show, Garnacho is the only player currently in the Premier League that has the prominence of getting the Ballon d'Or trophy. He's just so sweet. He's just so beautiful. The way he plays, the way he carries himself, the way he passes, the way he dribbles is just excellent. I don't think there's anybody his age anywhere in Europe that can lace his boots at the moment. Look at what he was doing to all of Liverpool's fullback. They had to swap the Gomez and then brought in Bradley. He took Bradley out of the game. A fresh player. He made sure Bradley didn't enter the game. Garnacho is just, I think it was a steal. The way we took him from Atletico Madrid is just out of this world. It was a steal. I'm really happy that we have a player of Garnacho's quality in our team. So he's my man of the match for today.
All right. So one more thing, Kobe Mino was substituted. Do you think it's a good idea to remove him at that minute of the match?
Eriksen's substitution proved so. That removing Kobe Mino and bringing him in was just the perfect thing to do. He controlled the tempo, controlled the passes. He gave Marcus Rashford a pass that he didn't execute properly in the dying minutes of the normal time. So I think Eriksen coming into that game was just excellent. The substitution was perfect. And for Kobe Mino, for a 19-year-old, I mean, if you have opposition fans singing your praise, there's little to nothing I should say again. Everybody from Arsenal fans to Chelsea fans to Liverpool fans, they were on their feet applauding the way he played today. So I don't need to say much about him.
All right. It seems like we had similar chances in two different occasions today. Similar chances before the end of the 90 minutes and before the end of the extra 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So kudos to Manchester United players, and thank you for joining us today. Please, if you are watching, continue watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as Football Analysis. And also, if you are watching from social media, don't hesitate to follow our social media handles at Football Analysis. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.